Hi, everybody. Today has really been hot in South Africa. I think it was almost 35 degrees. So I had to go out on site to a client, and in Kyalami Grand Prix, it was ridiculously hot. I felt like my skin was burning. But I'm glad it's becoming cooler. That's why I'm sitting by the poolside. So yeah, this is my live video in a while. I haven't done a video in a while, so I entered another challenge, and most of these challenges that I'm going into are really all about challenging myself and coming out of my shell and coming out of my box. So I'm also challenging you guys to also do the same and join me on this journey. It's a 14-day challenge. It actually started yesterday, and yeah, I missed out because I had a lot of things going at the same time. Hi Rachel, thanks for watching. So the first day of the challenge, it's obviously for me to talk about something exciting that's happening in my life, or yeah, in around me. And so 2 weeks ago, our company CEOs actually came into the country for the company CEOs for the business that I'm running, and we had a launch. This was a 2-day launch on the 25th and the 26th of October, and we were so super excited. Like, I'm doing catwalks right now because I I believe, like, in less than the revolution of about less than 5 million people, I am one of those people that are in this fourth industrial revolution. And I know a lot of people have been complaining and saying, what is this fourth industrial revolution? It's taking away our jobs, and what is it doing? So we are actually educating people that fourth industrial revolution, it's not about taking people's jobs, but we should actually, as Africans, leverage on it. And so when we were at the launch, I the writer of this book, Mpho Dagada, was at the launch, and he wrote this book, Mr. Bitcoin, how he made 21 million. Sorry, how he became a millionaire at 21 years old. I don't know a lot of people that became millionaires at 21, and he actually became a millionaire through an investment that he did through Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is part of the fourth industrial revolution, where we are actually turning away from the fiat currency, the printed money, and we are now going into digital currency. So one of those digital currencies is Bitcoin, and that's all components which are in the fourth industrial revolution. I'm not going to go deep into that. The main reason for my video is just to talk about this book, and the secrets of a millionaire in rands. So there are four key lessons that he speaks about in this in the first chapter. And in the first chapter, he just talks about his background, and where he grew up, and how his grandmother and his mom and his grandfather looked after him, and how his grandfather actually became one of the first few black people who owned a business in the village where he grew up from. And I'll just read a sentence that I highlighted here on page 10. It says, he saw an opportunity which would bring him in some money for the family. He took the risk and opened a small shop where he sold household essentials. How many of us have been given opportunities and have been given, chances for us to have businesses, for us to do a lot of things that could have changed our lives, and we didn't take the risk? And most of the time, we don't take the risk because we always put in that assumption that it's a scam, or this person is trying to get richer than me. I've been there. So I just want you guys to type in fourth industrial revolution, or 4IR, on the comments if you're watching with me. Hi Wilhelmina, hi Queen Tabato, thank you guys for joining, I appreciate it. And when his grandfather opened this store, he took a risk because back in the days, there were a lot of things that could have gone wrong. He was traveling over 40 kilometers every time for him to stock up the store. And then the other sentence, something else that is very key that I highlighted, he said he was the mastermind behind the business. So in anything that you're doing, you have to become a mastermind. I'm a mom and I'm a boss mom. So I became a mastermind for being a mom to my children, for being a wife to my husband. You know, my pastor always says, she always says, moms are superheroes because we tend to do a lot of things that a lot of the other human beings are not able to do. And when you sit back and think about it, you surprise yourself that, did I really do that? So if you're a mom, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, so another thing that I just want to highlight is when he said grandmother Mutsekwa was a hardworking, courteous woman who created a relationship of solid trust with her customers, which attracted more clients to the business. Another thing is, in your business or in anything that you're doing, are you trustworthy? A lot of times, a lot of leaders or a lot of people that are in businesses tend to cheat people. So when you start in your business, please make sure that you're creating relationships with people that you're going into business with. Are you somebody that if there are problems within your business and around you, people can rely on you and they can come to you for for support? So I'm just going to go through the key lessons. These are 4 lessons, actually 5 lessons. So number 1, use every opportunity afforded to you to learn and grow. So what he did is, for him to become a millionaire, he followed the steps of his grandfather who took a risk. Remember the sentence I read, that his grandfather took a risk. When no one else saw an opportunity, he decided to take a risk. So, number 2, as his mother discovered, business means danger, but risks are worth taking if they can lead to success. So what he's referring to here, when his grandfather started the business, a lot of people started getting jealous, and there were armed robbers that came to their house to steal the money, because back in those days, it wasn't worth it, or the grandfather couldn't trust putting his money with the bank, so he would keep the money in his compound. And what happened is, some people decided to come through, steal the money, and they took everything. It was a lot of money. The family lost everything. They nearly lost their lives, but they managed to escape, including Mpho Dagada himself. He was actually still a baby at that time when the incident happened. And then number 3, don't forget the hands that held you during tough times, either at a moment of physical danger, such as his flight over the fence. So his mother actually threw him over the fence when they were running away from the robbers, and his uncle caught him. So there are so many risks that we take, where we put money into a business opportunity, and then we lose money, and then we give up and say, this opportunity or this business doesn't work. But it's just that we made the wrong business decision. So when you take risks, make sure you research what you're doing and make sure that you're doing it with the right people. And then number 4, never let the fear of missing the goal keeping you from taking the shot. My grandfather, Richard Dagada, could have eked out a poor living on the mountain, but he wasn't afraid to take a risk by starting a small store to survive under apartheid. Are you afraid of starting small? Are you afraid of what people are going to say to you? So I'm saying, get rid of that and get into the business. Go for what you believe. If it resonates with you, do not think about the next person sitting next to you or the neighbor saying, this thing is a scam, it's not going to work. Number 5, after a fall, start bigger and better. As my grandfather did after losing everything in the robbery, the hard lessons in life are the most valuable ones. So, what are the lessons that you've learned from all the mistakes that you've made? Have you written those mistakes down? And then do you reflect on those mistakes for you to do better the next time? So, my my lessons from this that I've learned, just to recap, is even the millionaires go through problems. Even there's a saying that also the rich cry. So when we see millionaires such as Mpho Dagada starting where they are now, and they had it easy. But that's not how life is. You have to work hard for you to get to a certain point where you are satisfied with what you're doing. And what I've also discovered is when you're going through that journey and when you help other people, it's not only about the money, but it's also about changing people's lives. So are you a game changer? What are you doing to make change in your business or in your work, in whatever you're doing? So I want you guys, if you're watching this video, just type in